So, Mr. Logic, I want to know what is relationship to you?
So, relationship is partnership. That's a simple definition. Relationship is partnership between two parties, and the partnership is supposed to be towards success, towards accomplishment, towards fulfillment, towards something that individually they will not be able to accomplish. So, in other words, this type of relationship is you have a support system. The man is a support system to the woman, and the woman is a support system to the man. For this to happen, the man must have identified where he is going to in life, what journey is embarking on. The man must have embarked on a journey first. So the man embarks on a journey, and therefore I need a support system. That is where a girlfriend or wife should coming from.
Okay.
It is not, if you are not on a journey and you pick a girlfriend, you're missing it out. Or you pick a wife, you're missing it out.
Okay.
So you need to embark on a journey, then you pick, you already have direction, then you pick a wife. Now, before you embark on this journey, you must have even known yourself.
That's another problem.
That's another problem, because without you knowing yourself, so let's give an instance. If you know that you are blessed, right, but you have not, manifestation has not happened of your blessings.
Not that thing.
Yes, you can pick somebody who doesn't even have money, but the person must have other things that you don't have, or other things that you require on your journey, and you still experience manifestation. But if you know that you are so broke that you cannot make money in your life, and you pick someone who is as broke as you, or is coming from a background that is so broke like you, have you seen the tragedy?
No.
So it's going to be double tragedy. Double tragedy in the sense that you already broke, you do not have potential to have positive additions, then you are adding someone to your life who has no potential. So the person is coming to tragedy, you are stepping into another tragedy. That's catastrophic. That is why you need to know yourself. Know yourself. If you know that you're already blessed, and possibly what you require, you just require a support system, somebody who can give you companionship, somebody who can give you advice when you need it, somebody who, if you choose you want to have children, for instance, somebody who can help you raise that. Then somebody possibly when you are broke, somebody who can come in, step in temporarily till you find your feet. Yes, relationship is ideal for you, but it is until you know yourself and you have embarked on a journey that a man should begin to have a relationship or partnership. Now, this is for someone who has. The other side of it is, if you don't know yourself and you are not on a journey, any relationship you get into is a complete distraction. You are still struggling, battling with life to even understand who you are, to even find your feet on the ground, to even understand what are your strengths. You don't know your talents, you don't know your destiny, you don't know your purpose, you don't know what lies ahead, what the future holds. You have no idea of where you're coming from, you have no idea of where you are, you have no idea of where you're going to. Then you pick up a girl or a man. All you are going to do is to waste the little resources you have on your energy, because there is nothing that the person would add to your life. So today, you are outside. Tomorrow, you are back inside. So it's going to be back and forth. If you don't know what you want, I can assume that, okay, let's assume. Probably your rent is due. You are not aware that your rent has expired or your rent will soon expire. Then I come into your life. I might be saying, let's go out and be, So the money you are supposed to use to pay rent and you don't have the money. I'm taking you out every day, we are spending the money. Only for us to discover that 3 months later, the rent has expired and they have to kick you out. But I was not aware that your rent will soon expire. Even you are not even aware that your rent will soon expire. You have misplaced your tenancy agreement. So you have forgotten, you are just living your life. So even if I had come with something to the table, Because you don't know what you want, you don't know where you are going to, there's no way I can help. So let's assume that all the money I have is what I've spent while we were doing all these activities. Now that you now know that you need support, I don't have the support to give you anymore. So the idea for a relationship is not a joke. People who have not been able to define themselves, define where they are coming from, and where they are going to, should not get into relationship, both man or woman. Nobody should leave their home. A woman should not get married because of the urgency or the pressure to leave your father's house. And no man should get married because of the pressure to have a companion. Shouldn't. It's a mistake.
So you said in one of our Logic Republic conversation, you said you have almost all the solutions in your book that is forthcoming.
Yeah.
So I want to know, do you have a space, because did you address identity crisis in your book? Because I have come to understand that there are so many. I was having a conversation with a colleague back from school on Saturday, and I asked him that, do you know what you have passion for? What are your hobbies? He's at 30, he's close to like 35, and he doesn't know. And it's not just for him, it's applicable to almost all the guys. They don't know what they like or what they want. It's not from a bad place, it's just that they don't know. Even before I ventured into film, I didn't know that I would be doing films. I just met it and I started doing it. So for those that don't even have the idea, for my friend that is at home, what is the move that he's supposed to make, or what kind of advice do you think he needs to be able to know who he is? Because it's a very big problem that I think needs to be solved in Nigeria as a whole. If you go to the streets now, pick 20 to 30 guys, 25 of them don't know their passion or what they want to do. How do you think Logic Republic book that is coming out can solve that kind of a problem?
Yeah, so the issue of identity crisis is a global issue anyway.
Okay.
And Logic Republic, we have taken time to solve it in the book. The simplest solution to identity crisis is for people to spend time with themselves. There are so many solutions, right? But the simplest of all, which is affordable, you don't need money to afford it.
Okay.
Before you say, okay, because I don't have money, therefore I can't afford this solution. No. The simplest and most effective solution is to spend time with yourself. People wake up in the morning. For those that have phone, the first thing they do is they jump on their phone. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They will do all of that. The next thing that they will do after that time is if they're going out. That's when they will drop the phone. Yeah. And once they drop the phone, is to shower, jump inside vehicle. So if they have car, they drive their car. If they don't have, what do? They get to the bus stop, look for a bike, or you look for a commercial vehicle. Once you enter commercial vehicle, what happens is noise. Till you get to your destination, it's going to be chaos, noise, crisis. For those who have cars, once they get into their car, they have to drive, put on music immediately, very loud. As you are trying to navigate, you are dealing with hold up, with mad drivers on the road. Then before you get to your destination, once you are done with that activity again, you come back again with hold up. You are back to yourself. The greatest or simplest problem to identity crisis, to people finding who they are, is to spend time with themselves. You need to be able to say, I'm up in the morning, my phone, stay there. I'm up in the morning, I'm not talking to anyone. You need to be able to introspect, basic thinking. Think about yourself, your journey. You should be able to review your journey, how far you have come, in your head, on your mind, while you are still on the bed. In fact, this should happen before you pray. You wake up in the morning, you are just looking into the ceiling and you just spend time with yourself. Once that is done, you have your prayers before you begin to do any other activity. So, until an individual can spend time with themselves, think about who gave birth to them, who gave birth to the people that gave birth to them, where did they give birth to them, what has happened in the life of their grandparents, what has happened in the life of their parents, what is happening in their own lives, where are they coming from, what tragedies or challenges did they think that their parents battled with and they could not conquer, what challenges do they think that they themselves are facing, until you can process all of these things. Where am I right now? Where is it that I'm going to? What are the things that come to me naturally? Am I just doing this thing because the thing comes to me naturally, or is because I'm doing it because someone else is doing it? What are my passion? This is my passion. What can I make out of it? Will the passion just be something I used to enjoy myself, or can I make money? Can I convert it to real value? Until you can think about all of this and get involved into productive activities, you will not be able to know yourself. So, for a friend who is at home and is thinking, what's my talent? What do I do with my life? The person needs to look at what is it that they do easily. Talent is not something you learn. Talent just comes to you because it's your gift. You know what they call gift? It's your gift. You don't have to deserve it, but it's you. You own it. So everybody has got one. Everybody has got more than one. So, but then, that you have passion about something does not mean that it equates to you making money off that thing. Talent requires development. At times, the people that are most gifted are jealous of the people that are less gifted. You know why?
Why?
Because the person that they are jealous of has refined their talent, has refined their skill, has been working on their talent. They have been living with themselves. They have been spending time with themselves.
It's true.
So when you not see the person say, wow, this person is so good, but me, I'm not good at anything. I don't do anything. I don't know book, I don't do this one, I don't, you just be complaining. Because you are saying that those people are so exceptional. But the thing is, when they call you in the morning, come, let's go and hang out. You rush, you go there. Before they call you, they have worked on their talent. When you go to the hangout until they say, let's go home, that's when you leave. When they say, let's go home, they already have planned what they are going to go do with their talent. So when they say, let's go home, you go and sleep. They go and work on their talent. So before you know, whatever you work on over time becomes second nature. That's what people don't do. There's nature, there's second nature. Nature is nature. Second nature is whatever it is that you soak yourself inside. Over time becomes your second person.
Is it good or bad?
Good or bad. Some people, evil is their second nature because they dwell in evil at all times. Their mind is always that processing evil thoughts. If you really want to know yourself, if you really want to be exceptional at anything at all, so the best thing is that spend time with yourself. Whatever talent or passion you have, get soaked into it, get involved, and with time, you would find out whether it's your talent, whether you can make money off it, or whether you can't. In fact, if you are so good at it, somebody will tell you how to make money from it if you don't know how to monetize it. Because hard work takes your effort to others to finish. Integrity is your repeated chance at success. Hard work takes your effort. So once you're hardworking, you are not the one to pay yourself. The reward does not come from you. It comes from people.
So, are you saying my friend should be he should spend time with himself and be hardworking? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, simple.
Before he gets his identity.
Yeah, before you can understand your identity, you need to, spending time with yourself is hard work itself. You need to spend time, that's all. Your friend needs to spend time with himself. Let him invest into spending time with him. It's an investment. You're going to let go of unnecessary relationship, friendship, unnecessary outings and activities, and focus on yourself. As you do this, you get to know yourself more. Then, once you get to know yourself more, whatever it is that you're identifying, you put more effort into that. That's where the hard work lies. So if you discover that, wow, I know how to play, I always have the flair for guitar, and your play level is basic. If it's basic, then what do? You can pay for a tutorial or go to YouTube and learn how to spend the time you're using to gallivant up and down. Use it to learn how to play guitar. When you have played the guitar that you are so good, somebody will walk by and say, wow, my church, they look for guitarists to come and play. You have not marketed yourself. At this point, it's your hard work that is speaking for you. That's what he needs to do.
That's a very good response, and I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to also share the video for him to watch and understand the thing that he needs to do. So, are you trying to say that it is never too late for anyone to discover themselves? Because there's also a thing that said, a fool at 40 is a fool at 40. So I want to, with what you just said now, I just understood that if you spend time with yourself, even though you're 50, just spend time with yourself, you'll discover some talents or some things that you don't know about yourself. So does that debug the say that always talks about
a fool at 40
yes,
is a fool?
A fool at 40 is a fool forever. Is it? How do you combine these two statements and make it work?
So I don't think I buy the idea that if you are a fool at 40, then at an old age you are a fool forever. However, your chances of becoming wise are slim. Simple.
Okay.
So that's how I see it. So a skill that you should have picked up when you are 25, when you are 20. If you have not picked up those skills, if you realize by 40 that you need to pick it up, you're already 25 years behind. If, for instance, at 40, you're already married with 5 or 3 children, right? It means that your chances of you honing the skills when you were 25, when you were a single person. Now that attention has to be divided across the 5 children that you have and your wife and and your extended family. By the time you divide all those energy, you don't have energy to hone that skill. So you might realize at 40 that you need to wise up or you need to do something, but then you are already too occupied, your hands are already tied. So what will take you 5 years to do when you were single might take you 25 years to do, and not with full attention. But you can't have it. So a fool at 40 might not be a fool forever, but the chances of that fool becoming wise is very, very slim because of the complications and too many ties of the person. So my advice is always that everyone should start early. The journey of life, the journey into greatness, the journey into success should always begin early. That's the only chance. Because you might start early and discover that the journey that you think that's going to take you 5 years is taking you 15 years. Imagine when you now start at 40. So your 15 years is going to be like 15 times 3 years. That's 45 years extra. Extra, as when you realize at 40, you're having 45 years. Are you sure you make it to 85? That's another question.
It's something you need to go home and ponder.
Yeah. Something we need to do. So whatever it is, if you have not started early, you're already missing it.
All right. So our viewers, if you have someone that is not, yeah. So because the truth is bitter, you just have to face it. Thank you very much, Logic.
Yeah. Thank you
for an interesting time meeting.